What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Let's Chat. Today we are here with like the most returning person I think I've had so far, with Kristie L. Farley. How are you doing today, Kristie?
Hi, I'm doing great. Hello, everyone out there.
We are here because you just so now it isn't a complete it isn't a complete drop because it's a relaunch, right?
No.
Okay, so tell me the story behind Soulful Poetry.
Is that I always take Kamakiri the Frank's music and I say, okay, I want to do something over top of his instrumentals. So what I did was said, okay, after I dropped Crystallization, then I got to work immediately on the poetry album. And I said I wanted to do something where I can challenge the rappers. They got to come on my side and do poetry and, and all the singers and different people like that and people who've never done it before. And I said, okay, but the cool part was I didn't tell each other artist who was going to be on there, how it was going to be designed or anything else. And so once we laid out everything as to be a spoken word evening, that's what I wanted. And I think that we nailed it.
Definitely, without a doubt. I mean, it's right from the opening. You get that vibe of just kind of being in a club and just enjoying everything. I think how you put it all together is fantastic. I very much enjoyed listening to it all. Where did the overall idea for the title Soulful Poetry come from?
Well, I just always thought that when we speak words and we are thoughtful about our words, when it comes from the soul, the heart, when you're telling somebody, something, that's where I wanted to come. I wanted to really reach down, everybody reach down in their soul and really whatever they wanted to talk about, let's go with it. And it was a commemorative thing for two of my sisters that have passed away in December. And so I said, why not put it down, which it actually came out on my son's birthday, Kamakiri the Frank. So it dropped on his birthday. So everything just went smoothly because everybody did pour their soul into it.
Definitely. You could really hear it, especially with some of the featured artists there. I really got into a lot of it. It was not what I was expecting, and it ended up being way better. I loved it.
Thank you, because everybody's saying that. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And I'm like, see, you don't know about me, do you?
It was fantastic. Is there a specific song on the album that really felt like the heart of the entire project?
I think that when me and Wicked Low started, because we immediately did our track, like right off the jump. And so Just Breathe was like, and then that's when I added in, it is the thing for the entire album. It's my theme, it's Just Breathe. You know what I mean? And I wanted the holiday times because a lot of people are feeling sad. They're doing different things. So I said, you know what? Let's create something to where they're a part of us being right there. And that sparked off everything. And I'm happy with everybody that came on and showed up and showed out. So that was the beginning of, yes, let's roll it.
Definitely. And that's even like just the way you were saying breathe through that entire track just really emphasized everything and the feeling going into it. It was fantastic. When you were kind of walking through the songwriting process and the poetry writing process of this, you started out with the beat, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then from there, did the lyrics just kind of flow right out of it, or did you already have something and you just kind of tailored it to it?
What I did was I decided that since nobody that I asked to come on did this before, I centered around what they wrote. Now there was one switch out, which kind of like, it was like, okay, the parallel, because I had to switch, you got to switch things around. But like I said, but overall, I was happy because I was able to write behind them. Somebody had to write behind me and at one point, but it was all good because I was like, okay, cool. Thank you, and I really appreciate it because some people were so trepidatious about things. And so I go behind the scenes and I make sure when I'm doing a project, Chris, that I'll call you, I'll text you, I'll email, Instagram, Messenger, whatever. Make sure you're good. Make sure you're comfortable. If there's anything, I'm here. because that can be a terrifying process. And Wicked Low and the Zipper and Hayes Young Natty Chick walked me through my first album. So that's the way I wanted to do with everybody. And again, just breathe. Just breathe, everybody. It's good. You got it in you.
Oh, my cat has arrived. So let's actually talk about some of the guest features on there. Who do we have on the album?
Oh my. Okay, so I got my niece Candace, who her mother was the first one to die. Then my older sister took over her, then she passed. So therefore I said I had to do a dedication, have her do the dedication. I got my cousin Tiffany to go ahead and do all of the hellos and, make it, the introductions and all that. So we have Wicked Low, of course. Can't do an album without Wicked. That's not even that's crazy to me to think that I do something without him now. We got Velo's Dog. We've got It's Real. We have MTND, and a lot of people have seen her, Marta, and she was a part of the podcast and things like that we met, and then we ended up doing it. So I grabbed her in there. Roland Solo was a part of Too Tempted as well, so I grabbed her up. And so I have my cousin Tina BW, who has been writing for the longest time, but again, this is her first album. So I was like, I got to get her on there. So a lot of people were coming from Too Tempted, and then I snatched out the people that weren't, that I didn't invite yet, and said, okay, let's put this all together. So it was wonderful, because that was everybody, because Velo's Dog, everybody just came in. Velo's Dog did 2, Tina BW did 2 of them, so that's why I had to think for a second, okay, those are the people on the track. I'm going to name people, and they're going to be like, Kristie, no, that's next year. I'm like, oh, shoot, okay, wait a minute, I don't want to say that.
It's how it goes when you get so many projects on the go, that's for sure. So the album itself touches on a lot of themes of love, heartbreak, resilience. A lot of that, was it pulled from your own experiences, secondhand from other people? Where were you pulling your inspiration from?
Oh, forgive me. I forgot Dope Soul. I forgot Dr. Wiseword. And I apologize for that. The inspiration, again, I pulled everything out of what I had inside of me that I know that needed to come out. A lot of times, Chris, what we do, and we're all human, is that when we're going through experiences in life, we don't take them and utilize them in the right way. We use anger, we can use pain and sadness, depression comes in, even some suicidal things. It's not that anything is wrong. What I'm trying to do for me is that I know I've gone through all those things. So I want people to push that out there so that way everybody can reach other people and they can say, wait a minute, you're going through what I'm going through, experiencing, or, because I'm always around people. So like I was telling you before, I just found out I have cancer. And so it was like, oh, I could have been talking about it for years because so many people in my family. It touching me now is like, oh, snap, wait a second here. It threw me for the whirlwind. So I was glad I was already on this trajectory, because with Dr. Wiseword, with Tina BW, they talked about their cancer experiences. And for me, I'm so grateful because I didn't find out until after the album that I had cancer. But it was beautiful to see that they represented, and everybody was coming out with their depressions and things like that. So I think that was a great driving tool for everybody to really go raw in there and bring out their soul.
Definitely, it's a great album to experience emotion and.
I am just such an idiot. Shavopos, I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. Oh no, don't kill me, y'all. Don't kill me. No.
Don't worry. I'll be dropping everybody's name in the description down below with all the track names and everything like that. I got you. Everyone's going to get their shout out.
What is wrong with you, Kristie? These people were so amazing, and I'm still in my head, because I was talking to one of the guys yesterday, and he was saying the same thing as you. He wasn't expecting it to come out like that, and he was overwhelmingly surprised. So I'm thinking of these people, different people, and I'm like, okay, then I forgot about you guys. Sorry, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I just got that brain right now. Sorry.
Well, and there's quite a lot of people that had hands in this album. Like, it's a lot of names if you don't have just sitting there ready to go.
That's what I should have done. That's the worst thing you can do as a person that's getting interviewed. But I thought I had it all in my brain because I was excited to hear all these people. So again, I don't want them to be disrespected in no kind of way. My brain just froze for a moment, and I apologize. So
no worries at all. So when it came down to the beats and all of that, was there any talks between you and Kiri there about the sound and what you were specifically going for a track? Like, did anything have to change, or tracks were just done and you worked around them?
I worked around them because he's dropped his music already, so I wanted to do a special legacy version because family was coming on there. I'm going to start different versions of it because we know that too, when you do Spotify, when you go through DistroKid, anything like that, you got to make sure that you're naming that artist, and their music and stuff like that. So I didn't want to just be like, oh, okay, it's just a special version. This is a legacy version, and we're going to be putting more legacy versions out there. So he's done much more music that he's got coming out, and I'm snatching at what I can. And he's like, okay, lady, like, enough already. And I'm like, no, I want that one. He's like, I knew it. All right, dang.
It's why you have a nice sound engineer with you at all times. It's like, hey, that was really good. No, I want to keep it. No, that's mine. It's mine.
Right. And don't let me pull the Mamba card. You know what I mean? Like, I try to keep it professional, but I'm like, okay, wait a minute now.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Hey, right.
Hey, I get it all the time. One of my tracks, one of my musicians that I do like all the music for everything that I do, Jocelyn, I grab her shit all the time. It's like, okay, well, we could put that onto that, but I could really use it for this project. So I think we're just gonna put it over here for now.
Right. We're just gonna switch it up a little bit, right? Thank you.
Exactly. He's like, don't worry. I got you. All right. So, what was your favorite song to perform for this one?
If I have to pick a favorite, I think me and Velo's dog, Dream State. That one stuck out and sticks out with me. And even though he's a rapper, he does have that spoken word already in his repertoire, so we just really got down. But yeah, when we were working on that one, that took me to getting out some things in my head. And so I like the creative process. I like the way it sounded and everything else. So that's one of my favorites.
Definitely. Velos really brought something special to that track specifically. That was actually one of the tracks that really stood out to me, was that one. It was fantastic. I loved it so much. So
yeah, did you ever hear me on his album?
No, I haven't checked out his full album yet.
Oh, okay, because that's where we found out we really matched up together. You know what I mean? Inside of the Two Tempted fam, us two have that kind of thing going on. So yeah. He's really great.
He's definitely one of the ones that I got to get on the podcast at some time. Definitely. But yeah, anyways, back to you. This is about you. When it comes to kind of the influences from the lyrical side, like were there any other poets or spoken word that you were kind of really pulling vibes from?
Yeah, everybody came with something different. And that's what I love, the element of somebody else just putting out their creativity and me going behind it when I'm on my projects, because that way I could be like, oh my gosh, okay, this is what I'm feeling. And you brought something out that I want to say. So each person brought out something that I was just like, wow, okay, I'm ready to do this, and so it just inspired me to say which ones, where am I drawing from, where am I going to, where am I going to put this, that, and the third. So it was really, really beautiful to be able to go behind people and say, yeah, I didn't think about this, or, in one different direction. So sometimes going with the wind is cool. just go with it.
Well, and it's very much a different approach to the songwriting style, and it kind of keeps everything unique and fresh, and giving that almost improv vibe to it. And I think that really kind of shines through, because you have to pour your whole heart into something like that when you're coming behind somebody, and yeah, it's just sparks such new creativity out of it. I absolutely love that.
Thank you. It's wonderful to do, and that's why I would encourage other people to do more of it, to be able to share this and even talk about it with you, with your podcast and everything else, and knowing that you're an exceptional gentleman. And I just absolutely adore you. So it's like, you know what I mean, these things even get you to thinking like, oh, okay, that's right. You know what I mean? This inspires me to say, oh, you know what? I was talking to Chris, and so I'm writing down little notes, you know what I mean? Like, okay, wait a minute, this is for my next one, you know, so we can draw information and inspiration from everywhere if we're just open to it and not being like so crazed.
Absolutely.
Like, it's gotta be exceptional. Just go with it.
Exactly. So are you guys talking about kind of getting everyone together to do like an official live show of the album?
Unfortunately, everybody's in different states. And so, but I am taking your cue, and I'm going to get it in vinyl. I'm getting it in vinyl.
Yes. Hell yes, that's amazing. There's actually some really good vinyl presses out there for, like, you know, doing small runs of like 1 or 2 or 10. That's fantastic. Oh.
Yeah, so I said this, since we couldn't do that, and I said, you know what, Chris said something about that. That's why I said, I like you, you're a genius. And I said, okay, well, you know, since we all can't do something live together, we're going to put that album. That's why it's really going to be something, because I'm going to have all my things going on vinyls.
Hell yes. Oh, that'd be so good. Just like frame one of them, put them up on the walls.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, what? Yes. We get, see, now we done forgot about the interview now. Well, now we're going to talk about... we don't get into our talk. Like, wait a minute. Yes. Like, yeah. So that's exactly it.
I love it. All right. So, do you have a specific audience or listener in mind for this album? Like, who are you trying to gear towards here?
I was gearing towards those people who, like I said, were going to feel the weight and the brunt that I knew I was going to feel during the holiday time. Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I could see it, and as the timing was coming, and I was like, yeah, you know what, Kristie, you were right on point with that, because I'm seeing that a lot of people are so sad and everything else, and like I said, I wanted to bring some joy, because for me too, you know, it's for everybody, so we could talk about it like now, you know what I mean? And instead of crying, we're talking and laughing, you know what I mean, having a good time. Like, it's life. We don't have to, you know, cut corners on it. And I just want people to feel better, because I know what it feels like to get pulled down, dragged down, and it's hard to get up on your own. And so that was my inspiration all the way through, was to get people to say, oh my gosh, I'm loving this. You don't have to leave the house. You can have a good time having that album on, and it's designed for you.
No, definitely. It's a powerful message that you have conveyed through it, and it really comes through, and it's especially during this time of year, because as you said, it's a very difficult time for a lot of people. As happy as it is in some aspects, it's also a very stressful time.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So
yes.
So kind of going on that one there, when you're actually doing the songwriting and all of that, how do you balance being vulnerable while also protecting kind of your own personal boundaries?
For me, I don't have any. Reason why is because I've been that way for a long time, because I figured that, okay, when I keep something too much inside of me, it can be destructive. It could be something that is not as a negative thing. So I don't mind talking about anything that I've gone through, or anything that I, you know, in these 53 years of my life, I'm grateful to be here. And it's like, okay, I've always been talking. I've been public speaking. I've been doing poetry since the 90s, you know, and putting things out. So I love the connection with people and telling stories and newsletters and things like that I've done over the decades. it was always to share to people what I was going through. And I knew people with special needs, you know what I mean, and their family and stuff like that. And I could just see faces light up. And I'm gonna tell you something, that is the best feeling in the world, is to see somebody smile or get excited when they're feeling like a you know, having the and it's like, okay, wait a minute. So that's what this all comes into, is me saying, you know what, I don't need to keep secrets about me, you know. And so, and I'm not going to embarrass my kids. They're all grown and they know what's going on with me, you know what I mean? So you'll hear certain things, you know what I mean, down the line that they'll be cracking on me for, and I'm like, you guys are just jokesters, you know. So it's all good though, because it lets other people feel free to actually even think in their head, okay, I'm not good, how do I get good?
Yeah, that's always one of the trappings that happens when you're in those times where it's like you don't stop to think, okay, you know, I feel this, it sucks, it's shitty, but what can I do for me to get out of it? And I think those types of thoughts
without medication, and you know what I mean, and you're having to go to therapy 5 times a week, you know what I mean, not saying that some people don't need certain things, but we can implement other things inside. That way we can do that and be able to push up. Again, I wouldn't be speaking on it if I wasn't there before.
Definitely. I think that's one of the hardest things to do, is trust in yourself enough to make the effort. I think is really what it boils down to, because you know it's easy to get lost. That's why depression happens so fast, is because it's an easy thing to fall into, right?
Right.
Happiness you got to work on. Happiness you got to fight for. So that's how it goes. So what is next for you musically?
I
phrased that one specifically.
Valentine's Day weekend, have an album coming out, Sexy Meets Sensual, because it's too, Valentine's Day weekend, blah. No, I don't want to do the normal stuff, okay? It's not coming out on the 14th, no. But it'll be that weekend, and that way people can just enjoy how we're looking at love as adults, you know, and how love is in the real world. And then in August will come Oikage. That'll be following behind Kamakiri the Frank's album. And then I'm not gonna spoil what's gonna come out for next year for Christmas time, holiday time, but it's going to be live stuff that nobody's gonna know that I'm that good.
I can't wait. I think that's a fantastic release schedule that's going to keep you pretty damn busy all the way through. Like that's a lot of work happening in a year right there.
But you know what though? It's really, for me personally, it isn't. But I know I have to work with other people's time schedules. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be writing my books because I had finished stuff. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is so I just put everything in play for every month what I'm doing, and then that's it.
That was actually going to be my next question, is what about the books and stuff like that? What's happening over there?
You know what? Maryland Law has done something differently, and I don't mind. There's no shame in my game. I don't have $1,000 to put in a business account. And so as a writer, I never knew that to be the thing. And then our state made it a thing. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm sitting on stuff that I'm like, oh no. Like, you know, I've done, all my poetry books have been done. So they've been ready to go. And I did a health and wellness one on East meets West type of thing, where I went through every category of like the crystals and gemstones, different types of herbs to include cannabis, all that stuff like that I went through, from being on medications and dying, going through death so much, to saying, wait a minute, I have some control. So those things are waiting. And like I said, I'm working on my novels. And it's like, ooh, it's juicy. I'm like, yes, I get to finally just beat me and say it all.
yes, I love it. All right, so are there any final thoughts on the album that you really think people need to know going into this one? Because we're going to be pumping it out. I'm going to be pushing it to everyone I can. What do we want them to know?
I want them to know that this is for them. Each person individually, this is my gift to you. And I hope that it's a gift that is worthy of you being able to listen to it and really just want to get into it and bare your soul and not put anything pretentious up there. This is for you.
Perfect.
So
and
all of y'all, thank you.
And then where can people find you and the album?
They can find me pretty much within Facebook as Kristie Farley. Then you can find me on Instagram as well, because I keep my name pretty much because I don't want to confuse folks. Like, okay, wait a minute, who is she and who is this? Okay, so yes, Kristie Farley, find me. I don't really do too much of X and all that, but I'm on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Pandora, everywhere. Like, I have my distribution in like 30 places. So Kristie L. Farley is really the key place, because even with YouTube, I have 2 channels. So the music one is Kristie L. Farley. The dancing one is Kristie Bossa Blue Mamba Farley.
And of course, you will find all the links for everything down below. Kristie, thank you so much for sharing your time today with us.
Thank you.
It is always a pleasure, and we're going to have you back on before February. If you can drop me the album before the release date, I can check it out, and then we can have a chat and then have it out like the day before it releases. That would be cool.
Oh, I would love that. And also, too, you have to tell me something. I've sent you some beats.
Yes.
So I need you on one of these tracks. I need you 2025.
Hey. Just hit me up, man. I'll do what I can.
Yes.
Soulful Poetry is a beautiful testament to the power of music as a form of healing and connection, and I know all of you listening are going to feel that in every note. For those tuning in, make sure to stream Soulful Poetry on all the platforms and keep up with Kristie on social media for all the updates on everything coming up. Until next time, my name is Chris Corvan. You can find me everywhere at Chris of the Void. This has been another Let's Chat. And
everybody, and blessings to everybody.
And on that note, stay inspired and stay creating. See you later.